Hi, in this video today, I'm going to go over what meta skills are, why they're important, give you some examples to see them in action, my unique framework towards meta skills, and how it can help you. My name is Angela Tran, and I'm the founder of Evolving Skills. And I'm excited here today to talk more about meta skills and why I think they're so cool and important. To start off, meta skills quite simply are just our higher order skills. So these are the skills that enable us to learn additional skills to help us learn faster. And I've broken it down into 4 core skills that makes up my key meta skills framework. So first off, self-management. It's really our ability to manage disruptive behaviors that inhibit our success. And what I'm talking about here is our ability to create a psychologically safe environment for ourselves to perform at our best and for others if you're a leader. The second skill I'm going to talk about is pattern recognition, which is our ability to utilize patterns to solve problems. If you think about it, if you can see patterns of processes, patterns of colors, patterns of even in leaves, they enable us to maybe look for a solution somewhere else, right? Patterns can be overlaid on other problems that can be solved. And I think it's a very powerful tool if you're able to recognize patterns and apply it somewhere else. The third core skill I have is organization. And this is really about the ability to create processes and systems out of chaos. So more importantly, it's about the ability to create systems and processes because it enables scalability. So the last one that's kind of wrapped around the outside is storytelling, which is our ability to effectively connect with other people and share knowledge with others. So you'll probably see this very well in salespeople. They are fantastic storytellers because they are able to connect with us and convince us that we need something that we may not need, right? That's just one example. So these 4 skills together will, I believe, help us really fit into the world we live in today. So why are they so important? Here, I'll talk about 4 benefits of it. So meta skills, I believe, will help us adapt better in the world that we live in. So maybe we're solving problems in a different way. Even now recording, I remember recording using a boombox, pressing the record and the, I think, play button, and it'll record my voice on cassette. Now I'm using my laptop and this mic to record my voice. So the way we adapt to this changing environment is key to our success nowadays. The other part is also creativity. Given that AI has advanced so rapidly, a lot of things that took a lot of time before doesn't take as much time now. So what does this allow us to do? Really, it gives us more time to be creative, to create new solutions, to be innovative. But yet, a lot of times I think we struggle without these core skills and learning these meta skills to be a creator, because all these systems have been created for us. I think there is opportunity to recreate and redefine given the pace of the technological advancement that we have. The third thing here, I think what it helps with is resilience, which is our ability to thrive in a challenging environment. The pace of change is so quickly, and it's our ability to be resilient through it that helps us succeed. And last but not least, meta skills really enables quick learning. So for me, I always believe that I had a strong sense of meta skills, even though I didn't know the word. I think it helped me learn really quickly. It helped me learn subjects and cut across different things and just be able to adapt kind of seamlessly and picking up knowledge just by knowing patterns and organization. So with that, what are some key examples in these 4 core skills that I have? The first one I'm going to talk about, and I should go backwards of how, in reverse order of how I just explained it. So I'm going to give an example of storytelling. Who doesn't know about Harry Potter? Strong franchise. It started by an author named J.K. Rowling, and she was merely creating a fictitious world, a fantasy world about a wizard in school and the adventures of Harry Potter. And look how it turned out now, right? Through her storytelling, through the power of that, it is multi-million-dollar franchise that has theme parks, has costumes. My son loves it, in fact, has movies made out of it, all from a book, started as a young adult book. So the power of storytelling is amazing and how it does. And you can probably still think of a few more franchises that maybe like Frozen that has done really well and lasts through the test of time. So storytelling in action can look like this. So the second example is for organization, and this is about Southwest Airlines. In fact, I read this article just yesterday. So if you don't know about Southwest, it's considered one of America's lower cost, or it used to be considered America's lower cost airline. Basically, Southwest is unique because it doesn't have any assigned seating. But by design, they have what they call open seating. And how it works is that 24 hours you check in and you basically get a queue, a number in a queue, and then you go into the airport and you line up in that way and you enter the aircraft by those numbers that you get, or the queue, the number, kind of like taking a ticket. And when you get on the plane, you can sit anywhere. There's no assigned seating. The only thing they offer is, I think you can buy A-list preferred, which allows you to enter the plane sooner, so therefore you can pick. Now what they're doing is actually getting rid of that system that they've used for almost 50 years, realizing that they're losing market share or revenue opportunity by not being able to sell seats ahead of time. So if you've seen, a lot of airlines have begun doing that, right? If you want the basic economy, usually towards the back, but you can upgrade your seat to the front if you pay more, and they tier price it. Example, what I'm trying to characterize is that processes and systems, even systems that have used tried and true for 50 years or so, has to adapt to the market, adapt to the change in place, right? Now, the third example here is for pattern recognition. And I love this one because I just think it's so creative. So what I'm going to show here is a spinach leaf. So what scientists have figured out, and this is quite a few years ago, back in 2017, so I'm not sure how they've progressed recently, but these scientists realized that to grow heart tissue, so if you have cardiovascular disease, heart tissue is one of the hardest things the problem to solve, besides putting a stent in if you have small veins that are causing some blockage. But some scientists realized that, you know what else has veins? Leaves. And what they did is that they took spinach leaves and they decellularize it. So they remove all the plant cells from it. So what it leaves is kind of the shell. And they were able to pump living cells or test with living cells or even dye through it to show that even removing all the cellular material, you have the ability to pump other liquids through it. So this is really promising because growing tissue and replacing these really small veins in human hearts are actually quite challenging. So I love that they use the same pattern. They saw it in leaves and they were able to apply it to our human heart. So I'm excited to see if this becomes a eventual treatment, but I just think it's a really creative use of pattern recognition. And last but not least, self-management. So I like this quote. I'm not sure where it comes from, or maybe it's from my yoga training, being able to see things as they are. So with self-management, I would say for most people, probably the weakest area we're in, mainly because we're not educated in this space. But it's really our ability to recognize our emotions and reactions to them. So how many times have you maybe sat in a meeting, and I know I'm guilty of this, and reacted in a certain way, and you said something that probably isn't productive or maybe hurtful to others, and then you reflect on it later and like, why did I say that and why did I do that? Most likely is that it triggered some kind of emotional reaction, either from the past, most likely from the past, and applying it to it now into a behavior that we probably aren't proud of. So I think this is a super core self meta skill that is in the center of it all and should help us as we learn to manage it. I will be honest, this is my toughest one. This is my most challenging one, even for me personally. I hope by now you see how powerful these core meta skills are, and these examples help you understand it better. So now I'm excited to share my unique framework on how I think we can work together to help build these skills, either in course format or in coaching. So first off, you've learned the 4 core skills that I've defined. I've also defined the levels of mastery. But I've defined it more from a human aspect of it. So the first one is, my first level is called feel. And that, quite simply, is how we react to things based on our intuition. Everybody has this at the most basic level. Maybe you watch a movie and you connect with it. Maybe you go through a process and you feel that, oh, this works really well, but you don't think much about it, but you gravitate towards it. Or maybe that you react to a certain response that someone gave you, right? Oh, that made me really excited. That made me really sad. That made me anger. It's our natural ability or natural intuition as we react to things. That is level 1 across all 4 of these disciplines. Now, level 2 side is our ability to see. Now, not just seeing physically, but also seeing mentally. So this might include, hey, you know what? That made me really angry, or that made me really sad. Able to recognize and label our emotions is one example. Or being able to say, like, that's a really neat pattern that they see. Maybe like that example that I gave about the scientist seeing the leaf, right? That the leaf with the veins can perhaps replace the veins of a heart, being able to see it, right? And then, or even just knowing that a system exists, like that process was efficient, that process is fast. Maybe sometimes just like ordering from your app, how beautiful is that you don't talk to anyone, you place your order and you pick it up. That's an amazing process, how efficient that has become instead of ordering through a person. So the third level is doing, and that's about independently performing the skill. So if you're able to recognize and see the pattern, can you then follow the pattern and apply it to somewhere else? Or for example, if I can label my action, can I then, or label my emotion, can I then control how I react in a meeting or how I react to others if they're purposely trying to instigate or they're purposely trying to fight back, right? Can I see their emotions and can I bring them down and calm them down? Those are just a couple examples. And the last one is about creation. And I think this is the ultimate place that really humans are designed to do. We are created to be creative. In fact, there's a study about how over time our creativity decreases as we grow as adults, probably because we're in a education system that makes us more narrow, makes us more focused in this. And that makes sense to a certain point. But in this world that we live in, where a lot of things can be replaced by machines or with AI, how do we adapt? How can we create new solutions? And I think that is the ultimate kind of achievement anyone can feel when you can create your own kind of environment, whether it's psychologically safe for someone to live in, or create your own story like J.K. Rowling with Harry Potter, or create a new process or system, a new way of doing things. How exciting as a human race or for yourself we can get to. I'm excited that I got to share this with you today in this video, and I hope you're excited as well. Feel free to subscribe, reach out to me if you want to learn more on how you can develop your own meta skills and how to enable your success. Thank you.